As you might know, black and brown people across the world is reconnecting to their roots and redefining their relationships to the land with gardening and farming. Black Gardener Talk is dedicated to sharing those voices to inspire all people of color to grow, and even some that don't even look like us, alright, to grow by any means necessary. I'm Kamani Ann Koo, and this is Black Gardener Talk. Is Growth Flow 19. So let's get it popping, y'all. Welcome to the room, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna get Growth Flow in the room in a few seconds. I'm gonna let a few people join us. Good morning, everyone. It's a great Saturday here in DC. I'm excited to be here today for another episode. Yeah, Growth Flow 19 is coming up. I'm about to request her in 1 second, y'all. I'm just trying to get my questions. I got them, but I'm just trying to pull them up real quick, so we can get started. Okay. And here we go. Got the questions coming up. Bup. Here we go. Let me request her. Let's go on. The Growth Flow 19. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, everyone. Hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Good morning. Early,
Great.
early
Peace,
morning.
peace, peace,
So,
peace.
peace. So, tell the folks where you are and then what zone you're growing in for us to get started.
Maryland, and I'm in zone 7. So, yes, it's pretty cold right now.
Oh, what word? I didn't know you was in Maryland. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I
yes,
did not
yes.
know you were in Maryland. So that's a great thing.
You're in the
Well,
same state, right?
yep. I'm in like Upper Marlboro, Lago area. What part?
I
Of,
know exactly what that is.
what part are you from?
I'm from North Carolina, but I'm in the PG County, like Indian Head Highway type area. Fort
Okay,
Worth.
Fort Washington area, Oxon Hill, Temple Hill, all
Yep,
that good stuff.
yep.
What some people say, Ward 9.
Right, right.
Well, it's exciting to have you here. We can just gonna get right into it. People, if you have some questions, put them in the little question box right there. Is like 1, 2 right there for Growth Flow. As we get on this journey of Black Gardener Talk this morning, I'm excited. Yeah. So, did you have a garden growing up when you was a child? So we're gonna start there.
I did not have a garden growing up. I was around my grandmother in Georgia a lot, and I was exposed to a lot of her gardening skills. So she grew a lot of like fruit trees and vegetables, and had a greenhouse, and so that's what I grew up seeing. But I did not have one of my own.
Okay. When did you first start your own garden?
I started my own garden when I got my house. To probably 12, 15 years ago. And I was, of course, an adult at that time. So I had been wanting it for a while, but I didn't have the space, and I didn't have the knowledge that you didn't have to have a backyard in order to grow food. So, yeah, I started about, I would say 2008.
Okay, that's what's up. And what was the first vegetable you grew in our garden?
It was zucchini.
Okay,
Zucchini has been my best friend. We've been holding tight for a long time. So me and zucchini go way back.
that's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. I mean, how did it feel like when you knew? Well, when you knew you was going to get this house, and I'm assuming it was in Maryland. Um, did you already have plans to like, I'm just going to do the garden, or you just like, I got the house, let me fix it up, let me do some work on it, and then start the garden, or did something happen to make you just like, okay, I'm gonna do the garden?
Well, actually, it was in because I'm from North Carolina, so it was in North Carolina, and really one of the main reasons why I liked the house and I picked it is because of the land in the backyard. So as soon as I saw the house, it was like, oh yeah, I already got plans for you, and I saw that backyard, and so yeah, it was way before I even moved in. I was like, I need all that land.
That's what's up. I love it. I mean, Fort Washington is a big area down there by Indian Head Highway. How big is the garden?
Oh wow. Well, the one I have up here, I have probably I would say about maybe 7 raised beds, and then I also have I'm growing in fabric pots as well. So it's pretty big. It's a nice size garden, pretty big.
So who? So you said grandma, and you was around grandma a lot, but who actually taught you gardening? Did you just go out there and just say, "I'm gonna just plant some stuff, put it out there, and see what happens"? And
No, actually, um, as I was, in my early adult years, I was around a lot of great mentors. So one particular sister who had her own garden, and I would always go visit her and just hang out, and then I would start going in her backyard and seeing what she was doing and just observe her. And I was just so mesmerized because I already had and it was already intrigued with trying to grow my own food. I just didn't know where to start. So I would ask her questions. I would be in the ground with her, like, okay, what's next? How do we do this? How did you get this done? And then I also was blessed to be mentored by an older brother in North Carolina who had been growing food and raising animals and horses and all that for so many years. So I was just up under him trying to get as much knowledge as I could. You know what? They won't let you be great.
it happens. It's all good. My dog, she's enjoying her Saturday right now outside, barking at everything that walks, moves, shakes, whatever. So you might hear her barking. You might hear her barking on camera soon. But yeah, but that's great that you had a bunch of mentors. I want to get right to the questions real quick. Somebody put a question in the little question box. Thank you for putting it in the question box and not in the chat thing, but they said was this so sensational. You might know them, but they said, are you taking your things inside in the evening or covering them up since it's getting cold outside?
I am not bringing them inside. I am covering most of them up. A lot of them are frost tolerant, the vegetables that I'm growing, so they won't necessarily die because they're exposed to the frost. But the other things that I know, like my avocado tree, I'm going to probably cover that up only because I would love to bring it inside. My husband was like, "No, ma'am, not with you not liking bugs in the house, so we're not bringing them inside."
That's what's up. I do have an avocado tree, and it is inside the house.
Right.
Um,
I
I
need to bring mine inside because the way these temperatures are dropping, it's not gonna make it.
and I get in trouble, but hey, it's food, and my avocado tree actually produced. So this it took a while for it to produce, but it produced. So I got one that I bought somewhere like at a big box store that said it will produce, and then I mixed it in with someone's that I just put the seed in with it. So it's massive. It's probably about 6 feet. So it is in the house. It's in my yoga room, but it does produce little small ones, so definitely got to bring it in the house. And I was like, fight me, y'all, in
And
the
it's in
house
a
if y'all
pot
want to,
producing.
because it's not gonna die. Yeah, it's in a pot producing. It's in probably like a 20
Right.
gallon pot or so. It's a huge pot. So I got a few things in the house. Not to take away from talking with you, but I have like some pineapples. I have a papaya. Have a banana tree that fruits as well, and all of those are in the house. Okay, I think she froze up a little bit. So yeah, folks,
That's
if
amazing.
you out
That
there
is
in the
amazing.
world,
Something's going on with the Wi-Fi.
you kind of freezing a little bit, but
I
if
know.
you out there, bring your stuff
Hold on. Let me.
in. If you can cover stuff, cover.
Right.
If you need to, are you? I think you're still freezing a little bit. If you need to go out and
Can
then
you hear
come
me?
back in, just let me know. Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you, but it's still freezing a little bit.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, just go out and then come back in. Hold
Okay.
on, y'all. She's gonna dip out for a minute and she's gonna pull back up in a second, all right? But yeah, if you're in Maryland or anywhere on the East Coast, Midwest, start bringing your stuff in the house if you need to bring it out in the house, and then make some cover cloths, some hoop rings, and get that stuff safe so you can continue to grow. I grow my food all year round, so I'm out there in the wintertime. Um, I'm waiting for her to pop back in. I just sent the invite. It happens, y'all. It's the internet. Um, so yeah, folks, if you don't know, this is Black Gardener Talk. This is it's exciting to have Black Gardener Talk. I dedicated to this program to highlight different gardeners all around the country, the world. I'm trying to get her back in real quick. Hold on a second, y'all. Growth Flow, send me a invite. I just try to send you an invite. But yeah, grow your own food. I grow 40% of my own food. Unable to join. Let me try to get her back. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold tight. Okay, accept the request, Growth Flow, if you can. But yeah, this is Black Gardener Talk. I'm Kamani Anku. I do this every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. all the way up until December 18th when I have a big season finale coming up with Mr. Ken Sparks from California. He's a great, great farmer out there. He's building a food sanctuary out there, part of the desert. So come back December 18th. Next week I have Mr. Tony coming from the Green Blog podcast. He's gonna come on. We're gonna have the Seaside Gardener coming up. I got a guy out of Florida who grows a lot of tropical fruits. Atiba is gonna be coming through. Grow Flow, try to update your Instagram and then come back in. It keep on saying you can't join, or you can send me a request. Folks, ask me some questions. I'm growing my own food. I grow 40% of my own food. Right now I got my fall garden popping. Here we go. And let's go back, see if she's in. Hope she can pop back in, y'all. What's up, Oshi Grows, Natasha? Here's something. Yeah, she's back, y'all.
I am so sorry. My Wi-Fi is acting up.
It's okay. It's okay. It's the internet. You know, things happen. You know,
Right.
it's live. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
So we talked
You go.
about who taught you garden. You had some mentors, and then you started your own garden. Did you make any mistakes while you was learning?
Oh, wow. Did I? First of all, in North Carolina, my yard, a lot of that dirt or soil is clay. So I called myself trying to grow things in clay, and no, ma'am, that was not working. I was getting no type of production. So I had to learn to, you know, amend the soil with compost and other things to kind of, build up that soil composition. And then once I figured that out, then it was like 10 times better with my harvest and my production.
Okay. It was on and popping at that point. What's some of the things you said composting, but what did your compost look like? Did you create your own compost or did you buy already made compost?
I bought already made, and I also attempted to make my own compost using like the chicken wire and then putting it in there. But the issue came up where an anthill like came up in there and started producing in there, and so it was just like flooded with ants. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. So what I was able to do is I got an collaboration with some black cowboys, and so they had horse manure, and so I was able to get a lot of organic horse manure to get going to my garden and stuff, and that really helped out.
That's what's up. Was it funky in the yard at first?
No, actually, once it's like curated or whatever, once it's set for a while, it actually does not have a smell like that at all.
Okay, that's what's up, y'all. Get some horse manure, some cow manure.
You're right.
So there's a question in the room, and I'll thank you, JADMEM, for putting it in the little question mark box. Love your content, growth, flow, and tips. My ceilings keep dying. What I'm doing wrong?
Well, thank you. Hi, how you doing? You know, seeds actually need a certain temperature in order to produce a strong seedling. And then once you have your seedling, you know, it's certain conditions. So it can't be too hot, it can't be too cold. If you think of them like newborn babies, they have to have a perfect environment, almost like an incubator type environment, in order for them to survive. But if you're just growing right into the ground or in your raised bed, it may be, you know, overwatering. You have to be very, very careful when you're starting from seed and you have those seedlings start coming up, because they are very sensitive, and they, you know, they can die at any instant. So you got to make sure that you are, you know, watering it, but not too much. The good amount of fertilizer, anything they may need every, you know, 7 to 14 days, and just keeping them as happy as possible. So definitely keeping them away the frost. They do not like frost at all.
Okay, so that's a good thing. If you wanted to start a fall garden, you should have had your fall garden seedlings in the ground by
Okay.
now,
Oh,
or
am I
seeds in the
frozen?
ground. But you
Am
can
I
still
frozen?
do a little bit. I can hear you, but you're frozen on the screen. Yikes! I can hear you. Can you hear me? So as we waiting for her to unfreeze because it's freezing outside. Make sure if you got some seedlings now, you can grow those in the house right now. You get a heating pad or heating mat and put your seedlings there. What works best for winter time is like kale, collard greens, any kind of leafy greens that you can still put outside. Um, you can still put those, but you want to start the seeds inside and then take them outside. She left. She's going to try to come back in. But y'all can ask me questions. I'm a master gardener. Um, so yeah, let's see what this other question. I'll put the question up. It says, Garden Beats, did you start growing your banana and papaya tree? Let me see the whole question. Growing your banana tree, and did you start it in or outside, and where did you get the seeds from? I actually didn't get seeds. I actually got a little 4-inch plant for both. So one, I ordered the banana. It's called a banana cream tree. I got that online at stockbrothers.com. And the papaya tree I got from my local nursery here in Maryland. It's called Patuxent Nursery, and it was about this big. Now both of them are about 6 feet, taller than me actually, because I'm only 5'8", so they're both taller than me. I take the banana tree and the papaya tree outside during the summertime, and then I bring them inside for the winter. um, I just requested grow flow one more time. Let's see what happens. There you go.
Listen, when you say update Instagram, like, I'm not a techie person. What I need to do, because I don't like this happening every other time.
Sometimes you gotta update. You like Instagram makes you update every other week or so.
Oh,
Because there'd be so much glitching in the app.
right,
Um, but I just feel like Instagram is best for me right now, so that's why I'm
right.
using Instagram. I do want to eventually go to YouTube and do these live Black Gardener Talk on YouTube, where I can get really fancy with like a lot of graphics.
Right.
And I'm a I'm a media person. I graduated and with a degree in communications and television production, and I have a master's in journalism.
Oh,
So
so
I
you
want to
all in the,
real
you know all about it.
Yeah, so I definitely want, but I just really started my YouTube channel, so I'm late at it. Um, so once I build up over there, I'm eventually going to do these talks over there. But some reason I love the Instagram. For a minute, she froze again, y'all. But it's just basically updating. Um, put all your questions in the question box, and I can talk about it while we play around. Can you hear me?
Yes,
She's
I can hear
nodding
you.
like she. Okay.
I
Okay.
get
So let's get back to you. What was your first garden success?
um I mean, like I said, zucchini has always been the best friend for me. Can you hear me okay? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um, Zucchini has been great. Green beans, tomatoes. What else? I've grown Korean melon, and that grew
Okay.
really well. Of course, your herbs. You know, I do well with herbs so much. They do pretty good for me. And a peach tree. I have some peach trees as well that we were able to harvest from this year. So it's been great. It's been
That's what's
great.
up. How did you like your peaches and how did they turn out?
Well, they were actually, so I got them like two years ago. I think we got them last year actually, and so I was not expecting them to produce this year. But they were so sweet. They were a little small, but they were so sweet. They were the sweetest, some of the sweetest peaches I've ever tasted. So I was really surprised.
That's what's up. My first peach tree I got was probably like 3 feet, 2 years ago. And that summer it grew from 3 feet to about 6 feet and it produced peaches. And I didn't know when they was going to be ready. So I just let them sit. And then the squirrels got to them. And I was like, oh, they're ready. Because the squirrels started getting to them, y'all. But now it's 8 feet tall. It started at 3 feet, became 8 feet tall. Um, believe she froze again.
Can
Can
I
you hear
ask
me?
you a question? Am I able to go live on my laptop?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me
I
try
believe
that.
so.
Let me
Try it
try
and
that.
then see what happens.
Yeah, let me do that. I got it right here.
So folks, go out there and get some fruit trees. Um,
Yes, definitely.
and so starting in January, I work for a big box store. And starting in January, late January, they start putting the fruit trees out. And those fruit trees that they put out at your local big box stores are
Okay.
um conducive to the area you live in. See if you can try it with your laptop. Um, but yeah, fruit trees at those big box stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, those are conducive to your growing zone. So get some fruit trees and mix them up with your vegetables. Um, let's see if she can get on her laptop. Uh, thank y'all for joining us. Yes, 50 to 75% off. Yeah, during the winter months. That's what's up. Put some more questions in. Another question. And I'll put it in there. What's good comp composition for soil when planting in pots? You want to have a mixture of some great soil like um I'm here. Hold on. Let me hold on. Okay. Hold on 1 second, okay? Let's see if she could pop in. We're having some technical dip. Can you request me? Yeah, let me request you. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I just requested you. See if you can do it. Let's see if she jumps in the room. Can you accept it? And thank y'all for being patient with us. You can ask me any other questions until we can get her back in the room. But you can ask me any questions. I'm a master gardener here in Maryland. I do garden consultations here in Maryland. For families, churches, schools, youth programs. I teach gardening. And now I'm getting into some speaking engagements. I'll be doing a speaking engagement at the University of Maryland in January about starting your own farm in your backyard. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'll be finished my master garden volunteer service hours. Um, yeah, let's see if I can get her one more time in the room. Sorry about that, y'all, but thank y'all for sticking with us, sticking through it. You can put the questions in the comment. If you don't know how to use the question box, you can put the questions in the comments. Like I said earlier, I'm growing my own fall garden. I have collard greens, kale, black kale, something called black kale. I got my turnips and my rutabagas in honor of my grandma and them, because grandma and them love some rutabagas and some turnips. Um, let's see what the question is. I planted sweet potato starter plants on July 11th. In July, they didn't fully develop. Any tips? Um, where did you plant them at? First of all, you got to find like a sunny area. Um, don't plant them too close together, but they should have developed by now. Um, let's see. This is still trying to get her in. But your sweet potatoes should have been done by now. Get ready for Thanksgiving. I have some massive sweet potatoes at my school. They were about this big. There you go.
I'm not on my laptop for some reason. I'm not showing a request for you when you
Okay.
request in from my laptop. So I'm not sure. I'm still on my phone.
Okay. So we just go with it. I mean, the good thing is the people are still in the room. That's the crazy part. And me and Growth Flow, we thank you. You know, I was
Yeah.
gonna say your real name, and I did put your name on the flyer, but I was like Growth Flow. I like Growth Flow. Um, tell the people where Growth Flow. Where did you get that name from, and how did it evolve into your social media thing, and now your business?
Well, of course, me growing food, but it's a lot deeper than that because I am into and I'm always working on growing mentally, spiritually, emotionally as well. So that was one of my biggest reasons for wanting to create that type of name because I wanted us to grow ourselves in all aspects of life, not just in gardening, and then be able to flow back into our natural way of being, how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to eat, how we're supposed to think. So that's where it came from.
Oh, I like that growth slow, you know. And when you get out there and get bigger on this platform and whatever other platforms you may use, you can, I think, because like I'm a TV person, so I worked at MTV, BET. I'm thinking like growth flow, like, you know, like the lady Flo on that progressive commercial. You could do some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I really like into videos and different things like that. So I think you can kind of brand yourself like that, put your
Yeah.
all white on and get in there and do some stuff. And if you need help, let me know. I can help you with that.
Oh, thank you. I surely will.
Yeah. So a couple people have they want to know. Let me get some more questions going on, cause while you're here, they want
Okay.
to know what's a good mix for planting and pots for soil. You have any advice on that?
Yeah, so I mean, I just kind of keep it simple. Like I said, I definitely try to get organic potting soil, or container mix, and then I try to use like your worm casting or your organic compost, things like that to amend the soil. So I try to, keep it simple, but make sure that there's enough nutrients in the soil so that the plants in there are able to retain that moisture. That's a lot of times when we're growing in pots, it dries out easier than it would in like the ground. So getting that potting soil and container mix so that it can help retain that moisture is key.
And that's the same thing with the sweet potatoes. Make sure if you're growing them in large bags like that, also you want to make sure that they keep moist. And with sweet potatoes, you don't have to add a lot of fertilizer to it. But once you start, you should have some type of fertilizer in it. That was for another question when you popped out, you dipped out for a minute. Um, so yeah, make sure you're doing that. And then we have another question. They said they downsized their garden because of deers. They had to make a fence. How
Right.
do they make the most of the space? You have any advice on making the most of a smaller space because of deers? Oh, she's frozen again, y'all. It must be cold out there. But I would say make the most of this space. You can divide the space up. You can do something called square yardage garden for the person who needs the fenced in part. Basically, you divide your area up into square yardage, and then you grow in. And then I don't have anything to show you. But if you DM me, I can show you a map of how to do the square yardage garden, and then that's what you kind of do. You break it up in that fenced area, and you can grow a lot of food that way. But if you DM me, I can send you a map of how I do it here, and with the string and everything, and I can show you that. Um, so yeah, trying to get her back in the room one more time. I hear something. She's cutting out, y'all. But thank y'all for staying with us and being patient as we work through these things. What's the difference between kale and black kale? I don't think there's a real difference between black and green kale. The black kale is just a darker color green. That's all it is. It's like but they call it black kale, but it's a little darker than the regular kale. I guess I would say a darker green almost look like a tint of black. But I have that growing. Like I said, I have some radishes growing, have some beets growing, also black carrots growing. Um, yeah, so I grow all my food all year long, and we're seeing if she can pop back in real quick. Um, so there's no real difference in the black kale and the green kale. I have four different kinds of kale growing. I have the red kale and green kale growing, and yeah, I'm sorry that you keep cutting out, and let's see if we can get her. If you have more questions for me, you can put them in the question box, or you can put it in the chat, folks. Um, we're just waiting for Growth Flow to get together. Um, I'm here. What are your thoughts on making your own compost? So, K Bro 58. I have my own compost bin. I love making my own compost. I don't use or buy any other soil amenities now because I have two 65-gallon compost bins in my backyard. I keep them completely all the way in the backyard. I'm gonna have a half an acre, so I keep those all the way in the back, so I won't get any pests or anything coming in there to eat it, or take the tops off. I have tops. I have one that you can spin, and then I have one that I have to go in and I have to tilt it myself. But I do have a 6-foot fence around my entire garden now because of deers and possums and moles and all of that stuff. And then my dog Future, she's the security guard out there. She makes sure nobody, no animals get to that stuff. Every now and then, the squirrel will beat us outside in the morning time to get some stuff, but that's okay. You know, they got to eat too. But yeah, I love making my own compost. K Bro 68. So getting into the habit of doing your own composting. Now it's crazy. They even have like these little small. That's okay. They have these little small machines now that you can do composting right there in your kitchen, and then take it and put it in your pots. Um, if you want a direct link to one of those items, you can hit me up in my DM and get one of those Vitamix ones. Can you hear me?
Yes, the Wi-Fi is hating.
It's hating it. It's not letting you be great today.
Now you're frozen.
You're frozen or I'm frozen? Or you frozen? We got a few more questions in the thing. Signs of overwatering is usually yellow leaves or brown leaves. Um, I think where your stuff located? Are you in pots or containers or in the ground or raised beds? So that could be a problem. If you're in pots and grow bags, you do want to water a lot. But if you're in the ground with raised garden beds, um, make sure you're not overwatering. You should maybe water twice a week in the summertime. If it's really, really hot, you want to water um, a lot more. The best time to water is in the morning time or early evening. If you water early in the evening, those plants can save that water all the way until the next day. If you water in the morning time, it should last all day. But never water your vegetables or your plants in midday when it's really, really hot because they can burn up that way. I saw those little tabletop compost bins. Do they really work? Yeah, so I'm a brand ambassador for Vitamix Oshi Grows, and I got a free one to see how it works. And it really good. You just it's right there in my kitchen. I can put orange peels, coffee grinds, or whatever, and then it breaks it down to like fine, like almost like a coffee grinds grounds. And then you just take that and you can dump that into your garden or a bigger compost bin. What I like to do is I take that and then I go and put it in the bigger compost bin. Um, Lots of people are joining. Grow Flow is having some technical issues, y'all. But I'm gonna sit here and talk for the next 20 minutes. Um, yeah, so Oshos grows. It really works. A couple people, companies now they're investing in to those compost bin. I actually went on a garden consultation a couple weeks ago, and a young lady already had one in her house that was built in to the house that came with the house. Out in Howard County, Columbia, Maryland, they big on composting out there. They have the roadside compost where they come and pick up your all your composting needs, or you can compost right there in the house. Do you have a video of you using it? No, but I'm stepping up my video content soon. And then I'll show you all of that. Building a YouTube TV studio in my basement. So this is going to be part of the set right here. This is going to be one of the sets where I'll just do some stuff. But I'm building a bigger one that's going to match my branding colors that I have coming up. Um, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll start seeing some stuff soon. But I'll do a video of that for you and for the people, and then I'll attach that link so you can get a discount. All right, let's see if we can get Grow Flow one more time in the room.
Oh my goodness.
it's it's all good.
I feel so bad. You've been advertising this this interview, and it's like
And people waiting for Grow Flow too, because they still in the room. You know what I'm saying?
look,
One
we
of the
growing, but this and the Wi-Fi is not flowing, honey.
yeah
We got to get some good energy and manifest this Wi-Fi.
yes, let's manifest, y'all. I mean, one of the things, I mean, I can handle it now. I was always afraid to be in front of the camera, but I've worked in television for about 15 years and I produced TRL with Carson Daly back in the day. And
Oh,
so I know how to like jump in and handle the situation. I don't want to cut the live out and then not do anything. Somebody said
right.
turn off your Wi-Fi or turn off your phone and turn it back on. If it happens again, we'll do that. But what advice would you give a new gardener? Because at one point you was a new gardener, but what's good advice would you give a new gardener? Cut back out, y'all. So it cut back out, and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep on talking because some of y'all have some questions. What are some ingredients for composting? You want your greens, you want your grass cuttings, you want little tree limbs chopped up, you want some um all your vegetables that you don't use, especially if you're growing a garden, you can do your waste um, that you use in your garden back into your compost bin. Anything that your family don't eat, like lettuce, carrots, whatever. No dairy products, no meat. I heard you can put like lobster shells and crab leg shells and mussel shells in it. It's supposed to give you some good nutrients. Um I drink a lot of sea moss. So I put, like, when I'm cleaning the sea moss, I actually put that water into it. Every time it rains, I go outside and open up my bins to get more water in the compost bins. Let's see what happens now. But yeah, no meat, no dairy, any green cuttings, um, leftover food. You're back again.
I just heard you say you take the sea moss water to fertilize your plants.
Yeah. So
Oh,
when I'm cleaning my sea moss, you know how you have to clean it. You want to clean it, and then I'll take that and then I'll put that into my plants or my compost bin.
cool. I'm gonna have to try that. I got some sea moss in the cabinet.
Okay. And I wash my hair with it, and it grows my hair. I recently cut my locks. I had really long locks. So I recently cut them, and my stylist, she was like, "Why did you cut?" I was like, "Well, I'm gonna put sea moss in it. It's gonna it's gonna grow back in time."
Right. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, use your sea moss water, y'all, when y'all clean your sea moss, if y'all sea moss drinkers. Um,
Yeah.
so what advice would you give a new gardener, since you were a new gardener at one point?
My advice would be to not quit. I know it's easy to get discouraged, especially when you don't get the results that you want right away, but don't quit and stay consistent with what you're doing. Consistency and timing, and I always say that in my videos and content, consistency and timing is key to making sure that you have a successful garden. And even then, you may not get the results that you want, so just don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going.
Okay, that's what's up. How do you know, how do you decide what plants you want to grow or what food you want to grow? Is it based off what your family
I go
likes,
off of,
or
yes. So what my favorite foods are, what my husband likes to eat, what we eat as a family. Um, and then, I also try to experiment on the foods and the fruits that I know that are native to this area to see how well they grow. So I do that as well in my gardening planning.
that's what's
Did
up?
you hear me?
Someone asked me, do I put the sea moss gel in my? I heard you.
Okay.
Oh no, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll
I
put
can
the
hear
sea
you.
moss gel and the water in my hair, y'all. So yeah, you can use both. Let me pull up my other
That's
question.
what's up.
Where
I'm
do
gonna have
you
to
get
try
your
that. I never
seeds
heard that
from?
before.
Yeah, where do you get your seeds from? Yeah, did you hear me? Oh no.
I'm still here. I can hear you.
Okay, I said, where do you get your seeds from mostly?
I have been getting my seeds from Melanated Organic Seeds, and that's a black-owned seed company. Plug. We actually
Mm-hmm.
learned about each other on Instagram. Did you hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we learned about each other over Instagram, and we've been kind of like, collaborating or whatever. But I also get some seeds from in my gardener, and then I save a lot of my seeds as well. I do a lot of seed saving.
So So, folks, you can seed save if you don't know. That's like whatever vegetables you grow or whatever vegetables you may buy from the grocery store. Pluck them seeds out, dry them out, put them in a brown paper bag or an envelope, and there you have more seeds in case the apocalypse come or the next pandemic come, because we don't know when it's coming. Listen,
Okay, say
um,
that part. That part.
yeah. Say it again.
I said that part right there. We
Okay.
got to plan for what we don't know is coming.
Yeah, you got to plan for it. And then nowadays, the seeds are starting to go away slowly but surely too. Like I know at the
I'm
big
here.
box stores,
I
like
got you. I'm
most
here.
people. Yeah, most people get seeds from the big box stores, and they usually disappear around like May. So you have to get those seeds around June. I mean January, and then get them and save them. You know what I'm saying? They'll last a long time because the directions on it is you only put a few. When I first started, I would pour the whole container of seeds in the ground, and then I have thousands of cucumbers everywhere. But now I just put a few in the
Right.
in the ground. So that's saving seeds. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna buy some seeds from that black owned company too. I um I did a bad thing and I got some seeds from a company that I will not name, but they didn't do shit. They didn't do shit, and I will not support them again. And they were not black owned. Just know that.
Oh wow.
Um,
Yeah.
um, what is the hardest plant you ever tried to grow?
The hardest plant I ever tried to grow. I would have to say cabbage. And you know why? It's not that it's a hard plant to grow, but because of those white butterflies and those caterpillars that tear up your cabbage, it's just like it doesn't want you to be great. Like every year, I try something different this year because I have like the row cover, and I've been trying to like utilize different techniques to kind of, I guess, insecticides that are organic and natural. But other than that, like cabbage has been, I've only grown cabbage maybe once or twice successfully with a nice big head without all the holes and everything in the leaves. But yeah, I'm working towards evolving my cabbage journey.
So with my cabbage journey, it was the same because I thought you plant cabbage in the summertime. Not a good idea. I thought, okay, maybe you plant it late August. Not a good idea. I just put my cabbage in the ground like last week, and it's doing beautiful because it's cold outside now, so the bugs are kind of like going away. So I think this is the perfect time to start getting your cabbage in the ground, and they will grow
Yes.
through the wintertime, folks. If you're in a cold area, they will grow and with grandma and them, I always say, and grandma and them said that was the best time to grow collard greens, cabbage, and kale because once that snow hits it, it tastes so good, and that's what grandma used to say to me all the time. Um,
Yes, grandma.
yeah,
Grandma be knowing.
yeah, grandma and them be knowing. I'm coming out with some merch. I'm coming out with some merch called Grandma and Them. So in honor of Grandma and Them, look for that before Christmas, y'all. Those could be some Christmas gifts for y'all. Um, she
Oh,
spoke
great.
on that already.
That's awesome.
Covered. Yeah, I'm reading the little comments. Somebody said I'm glad this interview is happening. I watch Grow Flow all the time. That's great. They eat cabbage crazy in my house. Yeah. So yeah, start growing your cabbage now whatever plants that you can in the house. They coming with the comments now. Um, what is
Okay.
your? I guess your
Come on,
favorite
girl.
plant or vegetable? Did we talk about that? Was zucchini, right? Or is it something else?
Actually, my favorite vegetable is broccoli, and
Okay.
I've been successful a couple of years with growing broccoli. Like I said, it's also in the brassicas family, so it can give you a run for your money with those worms. The science
You
of
pro?
what's needed to get an successful broccoli harvest. So yeah, broccoli's my favorite vegetable.
Okay. Broccoli used to be my favorite, but I think I'm more of a asparagus dude now. Do you have any
Oh
favorite tricks?
yeah.
Any favorite tricks or tips that you can share with the people from your garden journey
Favorite trick.
or tip?
Companion planting, I think is companion planting. Make like look up and research if, as much as you can plants that grow well together. Also, I said this in one of my videos that making sure that you put a plant enough flowers and pollinators around your area so that that can actually repel a lot of your pests. And I took that for granted this year and then intentionally plant like I usually do my marigolds and cosmos. I just had some cosmos come up from like last year, the seeds that went into the ground. But planting those pollinators and those different types of flowers that can really actually protect the plants that you're trying to grow and eat. So yeah.
That's what's up, y'all. Get those pollinators out there. I do a lot of what I like to do in my backyard is I like to put a lot of rosemary, basil, because that smell too keeps the bugs away, and it also keeps the mosquitoes away. Another question that was in
Yes.
the question comment was, is it possible to grow ginger? Yes, grow your ginger. I just grow my ginger in the house. It's a beautiful plant. It could be a house plant. It can still grow in the house. Just go to the grocery
Yes.
store, get you some organic garlic. Ginger, chop it up and put it in a pot, put a little dirt over it, keep it water, keep it moist. You're going to have some good ginger right there.
Is that easy? Your garlic too,
It's that
same thing.
easy.
Your turmeric.
Turmeric, garlic is all easy to do. I have turmeric now. I just harvest some turmeric. I use turmeric for many different things. At my house, I actually put it on my skin. I make soap with it. I drink turmeric tea. And some people say you have a
Hey,
permanent
you
tan,
own
and I was
you
like,
own
yeah, because that that turmeric stained my face at some point. So now I look like Donald Trump
it.
sometimes.
Oh
So I don't
no.
use it as much. um, what else?
Right.
Do you have a family tradition in your with your family now with growing food? You have a family now. You have a big house. Are you starting any family tradition with growing? Are you teaching your babies how to grow? Can you hear me?
Um. Yes, I can hear you. I'm here. Yeah. So you asked if I have any family. I'm here. If you can hear me. There. I'm here.
Go ahead. I can hear you
I
now.
can hear you. Yeah. You
Okay, I was
family
saying,
tradition.
are you teaching your babies to grow food now, so when they can
Yeah.
pass it on to the next generation?
I am. I am. I have them out there with me. They have their little garden tools and their little gardening gloves and boots and they be out there getting dirty as well. I think they actually enjoy just playing in the dirt more than anything. But I like to allow them to pick some of the tomatoes off of the plants and I tell them what the plants are. So they're really, I mean, children love that kind of stuff. Anything hands on where they can get their hands and touch things because they like touching things anyway, then they're all for that. So yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then one of my questions I always do around this time is the black table question. The black table question today is: are women actually better gardeners than men? And what's your take on that?
I would say yes, and not because I'm a woman, but the reason why I say that I feel like women are better gardeners is because we have those like natural instincts about things, and we're in tune. Not to say that the men aren't, but I feel like we're in tune a lot easier because we have those nurturing and motherly instincts that just come just with our DNA. So we can feel what's going on with a plant before it starts dying. We can kind of feel that energy and be in tune with it. So yeah, I feel like women may be a little bit better than men. I be out there, but we just got this.
That's what's up. And I just thought I'd throw that question in because it's so when gardening, I guess back in slavery days, the men usually do the gardening and the women did the cooking. And so now it's kind of reversed where the women are doing the garden the most and the men are kind of like sitting back. Most of the men might be doing the cooking as well. So that was a question that I had on my mind, and I just wanted to hear from a women's point of view, who's the better gardener. But I think we all should get out there and garden, whether we male or female, black or white. You know what I'm saying? She froze again, y'all. She froze, but we getting through this. We're almost at the top of the hour. Um, hopefully she can come back in real quick. Any more last questions before I get out of here? I gotta go to my big box store job. They pay for my master's degree, so I gotta get out there. But those are more questions out there if you have any real quick before we get out there. Can you sow the majority of your seeds or seedlings the best way to go? Yeah, you can. The best way to go is start your seeds inside during the wintertime around late February for a spring garden, summer garden, and want to start your seeds in the what July, August for a fall garden. Yeah, the best way to do is get some dirt, get the little pots, get the little put some dirt in those little things, some soil, some garden soil, put it in there, or some starter seedling starter soil. Put the seeds in there, cover it up, and then you should have some seedlings. Don't take the seedlings outside until it warms up in the springtime, and then when it gets a little cooler in the fall. We're gonna try to get her back in the room one more time before we get out of here. But all your garden supplies start going on sale around January. But the best time to buy garden supplies is like after 4th of July when everything is on sale, discounted between 50 and 60%. Um, and you're back again.
I'm here.
Any last words? Because we almost up to an hour. I don't want to hold you for longer than an hour. And I know we was having some hiccups earlier, but I do told the folks I gotta go to my big box store because they paid for my master's degree, and I have to commit to 3 months before I quit. So January I'm quitting, and I'll be a full-time YouTuber and all that stuff. But any parting words you want to leave these great folks who stayed the whole hour and bear with us through all the dip outs and the pop back ins?
First of all, thank y'all for being so diligent and patient. Wi-Fi be doing it sometimes, but I would like to say, first of all, thank y'all for all of your love as far as content and things like that, asking your questions. So I appreciate that. One parting word or to give anybody would be, please try to grow something. There's so many resources out there as far as Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok is concerned that give you, information to help you if you don't know where to start. But with the times that we're living in, we cannot afford not to try to grow our own food. And I would hate for anybody, even if you live in a one-bedroom apartment, that you can't grow food. So we're here to help you. But just, even if you are in a small area with no sunlight, please know that you can still grow food no matter how much space that you have. So grow your own food, people.
And I want to just jump in real quick. This is one of her little theme things. You got to get a T-shirt. We'll be growing, y'all. So get out there, grow some food, and then we're gonna ask y'all what y'all growing, y'all. I really like that one. That little cook. Yeah. So I want to thank you, Grow Flow, for joining us today on Black Gardener Talk. It has been a pleasure, even though we've been popping out and in and out. But maybe we can bring you back another time where we can be more consistent and stay on the internet and do a full wrap around again. But I always like to leave with my little quote as live your life healthy, free